What's around, everyone? Welcome. This is your tarot card reading for the new moon in Leo, right? And what makes it so unique is that the new moon it was at 5 degrees Leo, and the sun is at 5 degrees Leo at the time. And the number 5 actually represents the 5th house, which Leo, okay, Leo the lion rules. Okay, so this was a very shine the light new moon, and we are still in the new moon energy. So some of y'all are like, wait, wasn't the new moon, a few days ago? Yes, but the energy still exists. Now, whether you choose to forget about it, that's your problem. But it still lingers on. And the energy of this August, end of July going into August feeling is about, okay, by this time now, it should have already been done. You should have seen the benefits, or you or not, of whatever the circumstances that might be, whatever the situation is. Now you're starting to see the results. Okay, you see it for exactly for what it is. There is no what do you want to call it, misinterpretations of it, especially with Mercury being in Virgo. It should be very direct and to the point as far as communications are going, just to give you a little hint on some things ahead of time with the planetary alignments. But with this reading, we're going to talk about expressing yourself, right? Express yourself. Hey, oh, do it, right? So we're talking about express yourself, express yourself, express yourself. Okay, I'm done. All right, so expressing yourself, all right? Express yourself by, and we're going to complete that sentence, with whatever card you choose. Now, it can be a card that you're gravitating towards, or it can be a flame that you're gravitating for, or it can be both. And whichever one, don't think too much about it. This is not a thinking situation. This is just gravitation. This is just, it's pulling you in. It's a resonation going on. Okay, it's a personal thing. You can't look it up. Yeah, exactly. So by now, you should already know which flame. You should already know which card. And this is going to be about express yourself by, and this whole, let's talk about the moon phases during this last part of summer. Like I said, by now, stuff should be, you should see the results of what you have planted, whether it's good seeds or whether it's bad seeds. Now, it's like you're going to have to express yourself by whatever these cards are going to lay out in order for you to be sturdy in how you feel, sturdy about however you express your feelings. That you done did the work, your inner work, and that is that. You cannot be swayed. There's a longevity to what you're about to say now, that will carry on. And this expressing yourself is going to release anything that's unnecessary, that you don't need around you, or taking up your time or your space or your energy. And it's going to allow you to sustain yourself. This is a sturgeon moon time, according to certain tribes, depending on where they are, because the seasons are different depending on where they are. So you can just say all natives are this, they say this is the same thing for that. No, because they're in different geological locations. But for certain native tribes, the sturgeon moon, where I'm at, right? We have the Great Lakes up here, the Finger Lakes. You probably heard that in geography class and all that. Adirondack Mountains and it's like 1,000 islands and stuff. So this is this area that I'm up in. And this is where we get 4 seasons. So around this time, the natives would have a abundance of sturgeon fish. And sturgeon fish can live like up to 150 years. They're considered to be like very dinosaur-y looking. Like you can tell they done been here, done that several times. Like they done, if a sturgeon can talk to you about what it's done seen and what it's done gone through, you'd be like, that's a whole degree in sturgeonology. You know what I'm talking about? So sturgeons got some information all about longevity, about how to sustain, and how to swim amongst your feelings and your swim amongst your emotions, and to be able to express, your feelings, where, if anything, by you expressing that and setting shop, that is going to make you sustain yourself in an ever-changing environment, right? And we can say that now when we apply it to people. It's an ever-changing environment. And if you thought you were stable before, everybody, I don't care what color, creed, race, at the bottom of a application or school or something, they always have, we don't discriminate. All them people, that whole paragraph, right? It don't even matter. Everybody since 2020 has been like, whoa, okay? Like, whoa, right? Okay. Anyway, I was just having a party in my head real quick, but let me get back to you. Let me come back on down here, okay? So let's talk about it, okay? Let's talk about, learning how to fly. If you are new into this awareness wave, this whole higher conscious wave, this whole I'm tapping into me wave, who gives a F wave, right? All that other kind of stuff. This is like, okay, let's see if you can fly. Let's see if you can fly, baby spirits. Let's see if you can fly. In between spirits, let's see if you can fly. Mature spirits are like, okay, well, but maybe this is the last test for a mature spirit. I don't know. Everybody's on their own journey or whatever to get from one place to the other, right? So let's take a look and see. Okay, express yourself by. So like I said, you already should have picked your card, picked your flame, or if they matched up. However, if you resonate to 2 different ones, let's go with it. I suggest you stay tuned and watch both, because then if you truly resonated with it and you're not just being greedy for information, there is a difference. You will get a more well-rounded story about expressing yourself by, okay, ... All right, so let's get started. We're going to start with flame 1, and the first flame. Let's surround everyone. This is your new moon reading in Leo for the 5 of Swords. So the whole message is express yourself by doing the 5 of Swords type of thing. Okay, so here is the situation. You're going to have to express yourself by being you. That's it, by being you. Now, that seems kind of easy, but it comes with a sacrifice, right? So when you are expressing yourself, okay, about your pursuit of happiness, if you want to say, about your creating your happiness, creating your heaven, creating your destiny, you know what I mean? A lot of people are not going to be feeling what you're expressing about this pursuit of happiness, okay? Because people are going to be offended. Maybe they're being cut out the picture. Maybe they're not going to no longer see you. It might be, some selfish stuff. Maybe you are the youngest child and they're fearful for, the things that you're saying that you're about to pursue. Whatever that the reason is, people are looking at you. Maybe you're talking to your coworkers about, your dreams and your path and where you're going, and you're actually doing it, and people are just like, what? Don't stop. And now you can pipe down because not everybody wants to hear about your personal pursuit of happiness. Now, after the fact, they will want to hear, and then they're really going to be up your behind. But while it's still in your head and it's still young, and you're just starting, and you're like 10 paces into it, or 100 paces, or 1,000, depending on how long, or whatever. People looking like cat and all behind your back and all kind of stuff, and they're not going to understand what's going on, and neither do you need to explain everything that's going on. So these Five of Swords is like an eternal thing. It's an eternal mental process that you're going to, and a lot of times what goes on, mentally, you can't express that to people who are not gonna, understand what you're saying. It's just a waste of energy. Like you have to give them something real shallow, like, oh, let's go hang out tonight. You're like, nah, I've been wanting to binge on this season. So, girl, I've been wanting to binge on it too. I've been wanting, or I'm gonna do some end of summer cleaning, or no, I'm about to go mow my lawn, or no, my car is real messy and it's embarrassing, I'm about to clean this car, no, I'm about to take a nap. Whatever the situation is, you don't have to tell them, oh, I'm looking into myself, and and I'm creating my new reality, and I need some space. Now people are gonna be like, what the hell are you talking about? So sometimes you got to keep it cute, sweet, to just do it and just leave it like that, but that doesn't mean that you can't express yourself, around yourself about what you want to do. So what I mean by that, maybe, if I was to come, you might not tell your friends, all the details about what you're trying to create and this, that, and the other, because you know how they are, your family is, or your co-workers, but you might have a big old board, a vision board that nobody knows about. That's an internal conversation that's going on, that's on your pursuit to creating your heaven, so keep that up, keep going for that, and when you express yourself, there are going to be sacrifices, because you're going to feel, people are going to feel like you're going to be like betraying them, and they're not going to understand this whole leveling up type thing, this whole, expanding, your space, expanding your spirit, expanding your knowledge and wisdom and understanding, and that's okay. It's not for you to teach them all that, because everybody's on their own journey. Like literally, they might not just be ready yet, but maybe 50 years down the line, you see them out of the blue, because you came back to visit your hometown or something, or you went to your favorite place, and they go there usually too. And they're like, oh yeah, remember that what you was talking about 50 years ago? Yeah, I know, man. Let me tell you what happened to me. And now they can get it. But by this time, you're like, yeah, I get it. Yep, I've been there. But you be able to give them advice, like keep on doing that and do this, because that happened to me too. Because you done been there, done that. So everybody's on their own journey. You can't force people to be on a spiritual journey. That's an individual thing. I don't care how many shows they watch, how many books they read, how many retreats, health spa guru type retreats, namaste, hum your way through for 2 weeks for $2,000, a vegan diet, I'm this, I meditate. No, nope, that don't mean nothing. But you don't worry about that. Worry about yourself, okay? So express yourself by being you. And sometimes you're going to have to keep that an internal conversation between you, your journal, and your hands, your feet, your mind, and stuff like that, because you know what you got to do in order to create, right? Everybody else ain't got to know. Maybe your cat know, or your dog know, your gerbil, but yeah, everybody got to know everything. But when you do express yourself, don't sugarcoat it. Be you about it. And some people are not going to get it, and you might not speak to nobody ever again. But it might hurt you. It might hurt them. But you got to weigh it out. Is this harmful? That's helping, that this whole resistance that I'm getting from these people? Or is it helpful, this resistance that I'm getting from these people? And you'll be able to figure out, like, okay, I know I'm going to have to keep it real short and sweet. Like, how's the weather? Okay, good. All right. Yeah, girl, you going? Yeah, bro, I'm out. And that's it. And it might be different from 5 years ago when you used to have 3-hour conversations with that person. But, you know, and when you grow in, you know, you have to let go of some things. You can't take everything with you, you know, because then it's just going to slow you down. And then you're going to have a lot of regrets at the end of the day. All right, have a wonderful day and night during this new moon Leo energy. And this is during Leo season too.